Yes, boys, I just want to say the support so far has been top class and it's much appreciated. Having people telling me they're amped up to train legs after watching me train legs, it does mean a lot. But anyways, I hope everyone is having a good Wednesday afternoon by the time you see this. The time of now is 6:17 a.m. and we got another big one on the cards. Got the hydration drink in the mix here. And by the way, there's going to be a new supplement brand in play soon. At the minute, I'm using Contest Sports. I'm not going to lie, it's very good. But there's going to be a new one in play soon, or in 10 for 10% off. But I'm going to announce that in due course. Anyways, the plan of action for today is upper. I'm going to get mic'd up. I'm going to run you through the session. And I'm very, very much excited about it. Body weight is up. I'm manifesting the lifts are going to progress. I'm manifesting a fat pump. And just a good session overall. But anyways, I'm going to go for my morning steps. Like I said before, a rolling stone gathers no moss. In my opinion, at this time of the year, movement is essential. So if you're struggling with the weather, seasonal depression, seasonal sadness, whatever you want to call it, get out and move. I can guarantee you it will help a ton. But anyways, I'm going to go for these steps. I want to get this into me. And next time you're going to see me is at meal 1. The Contest Sports Hydration, I'm not going to lie, it is good stuff. So this new supplement brand, the products I'm going to be using, they have a lot to live up to, but I feel like they're going to exceed my expectations and they're going to blow this stuff out of the water, which is very exciting. But anyways, guys, steps have been done, 4,000 steps done, 2 litres of water down the hatch, give or take, and I'm set up and ready to go for the day. I'm telling you right now, go out and walk first thing in the morning if you can. If your schedule allows, you feel so much better for it. If you roll out of bed and you scroll on Instagram and scroll on TikTok, it's not going to be an ideal way to start the day, in my opinion now. But anyways, we got meal 1 on the go. The best way to cook the eggs, you get them, you put them on the pan, you put the egg whites in on top, you have them on like a medium to low heat, get a plate on top to kind of keep the heat in there, and leave them for about 7 minutes. While they're cooking, I'm going to prepare the sourdough, 200 grams of sourdough, which is going to be class. I wouldn't say this is my favourite meal of the day, but it's definitely up there. I do love my eggs and I do love my sourdough. But while I was out for my walk, I was thinking about this current gain of phase and the ceiling I have to progress. The way I've managed this bulk or gain of phase, whatever you want to call it, is different from ones in the past. I've took a really slow and steady approach. And because of this, I'm sitting at 25 pounds up. And my condition, it's not much worse. I still have quad veins. I can still see my abs. I still feel and look very, very lean. So this has me so excited for like the ceiling and the progression I have now. There's so much more scope to gain weight from this current body weight. Sitting at 190 give or take at the minute, I'm easily going to push up to 210 before I pull back. And for my current goals, guys, of competing in 2027, the amount of mass I need to add on this frame is a lot more than what I have now. I want to step on stage in and around the same body weight I am now, which means I'm going to have to add on 30, 40 pounds from here, give or take, which is very, very exciting. Going to go up to 220, 230 at some point. Step on stage around 185, 190 lean, that is the goal. But anyways, that is enough waffling. I need to prepare my sourdough, get in the toaster, then meal 1 is going to be scranned. Meal 1 is on the go, guys, and in my opinion, that is some Michelin star stuff right here. I love my eggs like this. Now, I get a lot of slander for it. Some people like to boil them, some people like to scramble them. But in my opinion, frying them on the pan, omelette style, is absolutely class. Plopping on a bit of sourdough, and you cannot go wrong with that. Got 150 pineapple as well on the side, which I'm a big fan of. I like that kind of sweet hit of the pineapple with the savoury eggs and sourdough combination. So yeah, it's a good breakfast, guys. Good breakfast. I'm eating good this morning. Got a good setup as well. Got Big Mark Hodson on the YouTube. I'm actually going to his education day in Dublin around Christmas time. He's doing like a training / coaching seminar. In this game, I'm a firm believer of listening and learning to people that are better than you. And Mark is a coach who's a lot more experienced than me. Physique-wise, he's a lot bigger than me, so he has a lot more knowledge than me. So if I can extract some knowledge from him and apply it to myself, to my own process, to my own coaching, that day and the money I pay for it is invaluable. But anyways, that is enough waffling. I need to eat this meal. I'm the worst man for getting sidetracked and just waffling. Waffling straight waffle to the camera. Alright, we're back in the kitchen and it's time to chef up the pre-workout meal. Got my cream of rice. Today's flavour of choice is rich chocolate brownie. 10 out of 10 stuff. And I got my oats. So I'm going for 100 gram cream of rice, 50 gram oats. I'm going to whip this up in the microwave and I'm going to leave it in the fridge for about 90 minutes. About an hour to 90 minutes is good for me. I like it nice and cold. It digests better, tastes better. Everything about it is better as opposed to warm cream rice, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, while I'm here, I'm going to give a little plug. So going forward, I am going to be working with Alpha Neon. Now, this is a supplement brand I have used for a long time. And if anybody knows me, I am a stim head of heart. So I know a good pre-workout when I have one. So if you want to get a good pre-workout, get on this stuff here, Alpha Neon, or in 10 for 10% off. What I'll do is I'll put a link down below in the description. If you want any supplements, pre-workouts, whey protein, general health supplementation, absolutely anything, use that discount code for 10% off and it'll support myself, which will be greatly appreciated. But anyways, guys, I want to get this meal prepared. I'm going to get it in me. And the next time you see me is going to be in the gym for an absolutely massive upper session. And like I always say, progress at all costs. It has to happen. Yep. Alright guys, we're opening up with a single arm lat raw. My best cue for this is to drag that elbow along the ground right into the crease of your hip. From there you're going to push the elbow forward until you feel that intense stretch along your lat. I opened up with a set of 13. For myself on lat work, it feels better to work in them slightly higher rep ranges. So what I'm going to do for the back off is reduce it by 1 pin, go for about 12 to 15 again. And for complete accuracy control here, every single rep through the lat. Yeah. So that is 2 sets of a single arm lat row to kick things off. The lat's fully blown, exactly what I want. So now I'm into my first pressing movements. This is a Cybex incline eagle press. The angle of this press is quite high, so it's really going to target my top line here, my upper pec, my front delt, which is perfect for me. I want to bring up this area. That is why my first press is predominantly going to target my upper pecs. But anyways, I'm going to do 3 feeder sets, then I'm going to work. First set is going to be 6 to 8, second set about 9 to 12. Yep. Into another very lat bias move with a neutral grip pull down. Again, this is keeping the elbows nice and tight to my body, so it's going to target primarily lats. Going to work here with 2 sets, 8 to 10, then 10 to 12 as my back off. Yeah. Ooh. Headphones aside, I'll launch off the head in rep 3, not ideal. But anyways, decent opener here. This cable is quite sticky, so I feel like it's adding on about 5-10 pounds from the usual cable I use. But good set nonetheless. For the last 1 or 2 reps, I might not have got it fully short, but what you will have noticed, I never broke form. I stayed pulling, I kept my chest nice and high, I didn't let it cave. After rep only finished here, that is okay, because that is my lats absolutely fried in that given range. Fucking easy. Alright, fourth movement of the day, another Cybex Eagle press. This time the angle is a little bit shallower, so it's more of a low incline, so more mid to upper pec. But anyways, I'm going back to what I said about my last press. I said I progressed despite matching reps on my back off. When it comes to pressing, guys, you won't necessarily progress session to session. Sometimes it can take 2-3 weeks to actually grind out that extra rep or that 5 pound increase in weight. So don't be stressed if it doesn't progress each session. The fact I progressed on my top set, I was carrying a slight bit more fatigue into my back off. So when I take this into consideration, I count my back off as a progression. Anyways, 2 sets here. 7 to 9, 10 to 12 is my back off. Make sure my chest is fully blown coming off this, as is the last pressing movement. That is pressing done and dusted, guys. 4 decent sets put in. Now into an upper back row to finish off the heavy hitters of this session for some arms, delt and ab work. Okay, yeah. Again, guys, when I couldn't get the rep fully short, couple of Kelso shrugs to finish. Make sure I take everything in my upper back out of it in every single contractile range I'm getting into shortened range when I come into contraction, then that'll lengthen the range into stretch. Last set of back coming up, guys. I'm going to finish with a rest pause. 12 to 15 reps, rest 30 seconds, empty the gas tank. Don't let anybody tell you that doing rest pauses and drop sets are wrong. If you're in a position to recover from these kind of sets, I say do them. Now this is going to be very individualistic and it depends what phase you're in. If you are dieting, it may not be the smartest idea. But if you're in a gaining phase, I'd say go for it. At the end of the day, guys, the hardest workers will always come out on top, no matter what way you train. Oh. Starting with triceps, guys. It's my biceps, my forearms are going to be slightly fatigued from the row prior. Doing this first is just going to give them a little bit of respite. But anyways, 2 sets of knees bar push down. Focusing on quality here. Yep. Oof. So that is arm work wrapped up. I followed up the EZ bar push down with 2 sets of a row hammer curl. And I'm going to finish off on a single set with a rest pause of a line puff lateral raise. For myself, my delts are quite overpowering in comparison to my chest. Now don't get me wrong, I still need to get bigger, absolutely everywhere. But I'm allocating a little bit more volume towards my chest at the minute. Obviously, I still want to bring up my side delts, but 1 set with a rest pause here is going to be enough stimulus in this session for the side delts. Yes boys, we're back in the kitchen and a fair few hours have passed since that session. The time of now is 7:38 in the evening. And I can't lie, I was pretty ruined after that session today. So the Osmo got put on the back burner, got a couple of meals into me, done a bit of work and just chilled out. But I'm back to life now and I'm about to whip up the last meal of the day. Definitely the best meal of the day as well. Some cream of rice, some oats, and we got some sticky toffee pudding, Perform whey protein. Pretty much the same as my pre-workout meals, slightly lesser in carbohydrates, slightly higher in fat, but all goes down a treat anyways. All in all guys, it was a very, very good session. The only thing that felt a bit sticky today was my first pressing movement. That high incline Cybex eagle press. What I'm finding as I get stronger, as the weight gets heavier, it's very, very unstable. So from here, it's fine. But as I go up to the top, it's starting to feel rather shaky. So what I might do next session is swap in maybe like an incline Smith or some other press I can load up a bit heavier. The following eagle press, the lower incline one, feels absolutely immense as the second press. But I feel like I need to have something that I can just load up a bit heavier as my first pressing movement. Really, really get after it. So I might get an incline Smith, try run that up. 3 plates in incline Smith at some stage. That would be class. But anyways guys, another good session in the books. Pull work felt class. Progress pretty much across the board. I cannot complain about it. Back in for legs tomorrow. I might make another video. We could see a 210 kilo RDL by 8 reps, which will be pretty cool. But anyways guys, if you're still watching, like, follow, subscribe. Any coaching inquiries, DM me on Instagram at oreilloneil.coaching. Thank you for watching if you're still watching.